put her foot in it.
The race 2 had me hollering.
She's Dutch. They're built different. I'm telling you, these Dutch drivers are built different.
It's not the plane, it's the pilot.
That's right.
Can't tell her shit.
Can't tell her nothing.
I don't know what a flag means.
You can't be wasting Susie Wolf's time.
No, these are precious resources.
Who's the top dog?
God, just taking people out left and right.
I don't know the rules.
And she wants to be a movement.
And we're live. I'm Anna.
And I'm Jessica.
This is Why Are You Yelling? Welcome back to our first F1 Academy race review of the 2026 season.
About time.
I know. Woo. It has been a minute since we've been with our girls.
Since Vegas.
That was forever
and
ago.
Half of them are gone. We have 11 rookies. There's 18 girls on the grid, y'all. 11 of them are rookies.
We got a whole bunch of people we got to get to know.
They all graduated. They
left us.
But don't worry. We're going to have an episode that comes out soon that talks about where they are now.
Yeah.
Or what they're doing.
So we are going to be talking about the round 1 of the F1 Academy season, from the Shanghai International Circuit in China.
Yes.
So we're going to do a quick F1 Academy refresher. Just a reminder, we do this at the top of every F1 Academy race review and recap that we do, just to make sure we're all on the same page, because we never know, one, when new people might be joining the party here, and two, we do often go like a month or more at a time without having an F1 Academy race. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes you just need a little refresher, a little jog your memory and remind you what's going on and what are the rules and stuff like that.
Exactly.
There are 7 rounds.
Supposed to be 7 rounds.
Yeah. So the Saudi Arabian race got canceled for F1, and you can explain that.
Yeah. So F1 has canceled the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix and the Bahrain Grand Prix, and that has also canceled all activity for F1 Academy, Formula 2, Formula 3. So that being said, there could be a chance that F1 Academy might just try to race somewhere else, but that does cancel one of their rounds as of right now. Again, they only have 7 rounds in the whole season, so they may be able to make that up somewhere else. So we'll see. But as of right now, I guess we have 6 rounds, but maybe they'll make it up.
Yeah. I mean, there's precedent for them making up races because they did that last season. Yeah. It was, there was really bad weather. I forget.
In Miami.
Was it Miami? Yeah. There was like horrible like rain and stuff. And so they just had to cancel them because basically they couldn't keep pushing it back because they also had all the regular F1 stuff to do that weekend too.
It was their race 2, which is like which we will get into in a second, their main, what we call the main race. So they ended up redoing that in Montreal. But there were the year before, when Abby Pulling became world champion of F1 Academy, remember, like they announced it and then they were like, hey, we're going to add another round at the end. So they have added rounds before. Mm-hmm. So there's a chance they might make it up somewhere.
Yeah. So to remind everyone what F1 Academy is, it is Formula One's all-female racing series created to help young female drivers develop and move up in motorsport. So it's the equivalent of like F1 or F4. Mm-hmm. It's sort of that level of racing. Yeah. And basically the point of it is, like I said, it's to help develop these drivers and get them some experience in open wheel racing. Yeah. So they're taking a lot of young girls from, as young as 16 years old, they're taking them like straight from karting, or some of them have experience in some other form of racing. Yeah. And they're like throwing them in these cars. They're like, let's see what you got. And they're also helping to develop them in terms of like media presence, and just being able to like give interviews. They're helping them to develop a brand, get brand deals. Yeah. It's kind of just an all around like boot camp almost.
It's academy. It's literally an academy.
It's just to help them kind of to help propel their careers to the next stage. Yeah. It is not a direct pipeline into Formula One. That's not the purpose of it at all. The winner of F1 Academy does get a full-time racing seat in...
They get a full ride into, I believe...
Is it F3 or an F4 series?
No, I think it's it's either F3. It's not F3, but it's a GB series. Okay. And I can't recall off the top of my head if it's 4 or 3. But
they do get a ride into a full ride, basically meaning that it's paid for.
Yeah, it's paid for.
Into another series, and they get some support there. So, we're all about supporting female drivers and wanting to get more girls involved in Formula One and just in motorsport in general. And this is a great platform for that.
Just to clarify, it's GB3.
Okay.
It was going to really bother me. It's a GB3.
So yeah, we're all about the purpose behind F1 Academy.
Yes.
And so that's why we think it's important to do race recaps and reviews and talk about it and give it more exposure.
Exactly.
So some technical information about F1 Academy and what the race weekends are like and the cars and all that jazz. So the car, it is a spec series. So all the drivers and all the teams have the same exact car.
Yes.
So the focus is more on driver talent rather than the team's budget to develop a car.
Yeah.
The cars are a Taurus F4 chassis. I always say that wrong. I always want to say chassis. The cars use a Taurus F4 chassis, a 1.4L turbo engine, Pirelli tires, and a modified aero package.
Yeah.
And basically, these are, again, equivalent to the cars they use in F4.
Exactly. The only difference is the front and the rear wing. Other than that, they're basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got 6 teams with 3 drivers each. And then there's one team that has a wild card entry.
Yes, high tech.
Yeah. So basically, 5 of the teams have 3 full-time drivers. They're going to be there for every round as long as they're, willing and able. And then High Tech TGR has 2 full-time drivers, and then one of their seats is the wild card seat. So that means that every round, a different driver gets placed in that seat. A lot of the times, we've noticed that they try to pull someone more local to fill the seat. So it's someone from either the country or the region.
Yeah.
And I think that's great.
It's awesome. Yeah.
I think that's a great way to try to get some more local support for the series and just get a country to kind of get behind a new female driver.
100%. Yeah. That's what they did in China, which we'll talk about her because we do highlight our wildcard drivers.
There are 6 teams in F1 Academy. They are Prema Racing, Campos Racing, MP Motorsport, Rodin Motorsport, ART Grand Prix, and High Tech TGR.
Yeah.
So all 18 drivers are backed by either an F1 team or one of the series' official partners.
Yes.
So we've got partners like Tag Heuer, American Express, Gatorade, Lego, Puma, Sephora, Standard Chartered, Salesforce, and a bunch of others.
Yes.
But those are kind of the main, more notable ones.
Yeah. And Cadillac will be joining this partnership next year. So Cadillac joined the F1 grid this year. And they just got to get their situation worked out, just doing F1. But they have already said they will be joining F1 Academy in 2027.
You love to see it. I love that all the F1 teams are getting on board with F1 Academy.
100%.
And I think we could attribute that to one, Susie Wolf, who is... I just love her.
I adore her.
She is just my favorite woman in motorsport.
No, literally.
Is Susie Wolf.
I love her.
Because she comes across as so kind and so intelligent and so competent and but also takes no nonsense and expects the most out of her drivers and teams and pushes them. And I feel like she really believes in the whole movement of F1 Academy.
100%. She kind of started it back up because they had a series that was like this. I don't know if she had anything to do with it at the time, but I know since it's been back in the past, this is its 4th year. Is it its 4th year? Because the first year, this is its 4th year. The first year it wasn't broadcast. And then the years after it has. And I'm like, oh God, we've been following it. I've been watching it technically 3 years because we started covering it the 2nd year. That's crazy. Wow, time flies. Sorry, had a brain fart. But anyway, she's the mastermind behind this currently.
Yeah. And
she's literally the F1 Academy director.
Yeah, and she's the driving force. I think you can attribute a lot of the success of F1 Academy to her vision and her putting her full weight behind it.
100%.
And I mean, the fact that her husband is Toto Wolff, who is the team principal and CEO of Mercedes, the Mercedes F1 team.
Yeah.
The fact that that's her husband,
power couple.
You just that's my it couple.
No,
I love them.
That's the Paddock couple, baby.
Yeah. Leclerc's who? No, it's all about the Wolves.
It's all about the Wolves.
Not the wolves.
Wolves. The Wolves.
So, okay, focus. Sorry, that was the tangent. So, focusing back on our race weekend format.
Yes.
So, each round of F1 Academy includes up to 2 practice sessions, 1 qualifying session, and 2 races. So, they'll do 1 qualifying round, and then the first race that they do, race 1, is a reverse order grid for the top 8 finishers in qualifying. So if you qualify P1, then in the first race you start P8.
Yeah.
And it's just like that for just the top 8. Everyone else starts where they qualify.
Yep.
And then we have race 2, which we would also call like the main race.
Yeah.
And that's just the normal qualifying order is the grid order.
You can kind of think about too, F1 Academy's race 1 is sort of like a sprint race with how the points work. So like it's significantly less points.
It's like half.
Yeah, I think it's literally like, I think it's pretty much the exact same as a sprint race where like if you're first, you get 8 points. If you're 8th, you get 1 point. And then race 2, which we call the main race, it's full F1 points. So.
Okay, so that is pretty much all the information you need to know. The important bits.
Yes.
That's it.
So something to consider, which we sort of talked about at the top of the episode, going into this weekend, we have 11 rookies on the grid. Most of them were wildcard drivers from last year, which we talked about before. If you're a wildcard driver, you've got a solid chance of just getting that F1 Academy seat the following year. And there was some preseason testing before at Shanghai, so they didn't go in here blind, So even the rookies who might not have experience at this track, they were able to go and get some testing done. And yeah, so that's just something to consider right now. This is our first round, so we just got to jump into it. No recaps.
Okay, so recapping practice 1, our top 3 finishers were Alicia Pomowski, Alba Larsen, and Peyton Westcott.
Peyton Westcott is an American. And
we love Americans.
she was the one at the Las Vegas. She was the wildcard driver at Las Vegas last year. But yeah, it was like the Alicia Pomowski show, which I'm not shocked by. Alicia, one of our veteran drivers. She was insane last year as a rookie, so I was not surprised.
Yeah, so Alicia Pomowski opened the season on top in the only practice session of the weekend, finishing nearly a second clear of Alba Larsen. And then rookie Westcott. Oh, my mouth was trying to mess that up so bad. That tongue twister.
Tongue twister.
Rookie Westcott. I want to say Westcott. She impressed in P3, just 0.024 of a second behind Larsen, as several drivers traded fastest laps throughout a dusty and busy session in Shanghai.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive for Peyton. I'm excited. Plus, I love seeing. We don't get a lot of American action up in these open wheels, like Formula style. So anytime I see an American, I'm like, yay!
That's my girl.
Let's go.
So qualifying highlights, we've got our top 3 finishers, Alicia Pomowski again, Alba Larsen again, and then Emma Felbermayr.
Yeah, I was like, okay, girl. Emma is another. So these 3 are veterans. So Alba Larsen used to be sponsored by Tommy Hilfiger. She's now sponsored by Ferrari. And I believe Tommy Hilfiger is still supporting her a little bit. But yeah, she's now with the prancing horse. And Emma Felbermayr, she was in green last season because she was with Kick Sauber, but now that's Audi.
Yeah.
So interesting. I'm like, okay, we got some veterans in here.
So in our qualifying session, we did have a short delay at the start of the session. There was also a red flag for Kaylee Countryman after she slowed on track midway through the session.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, she had some issue, like, they were able to start it back up and she was able to go again, and then they restarted it, so it was pretty uneventful.
Yeah, and then we had Peyton Westcott, our rookie.
Yeah.
She set a lap time that was qualified her at P4, but then they deleted the lap time after she failed to negotiate turn 2 using the track.
Negotiate.
Yeah, that's what the article said. She so I'm assuming they said she went off track, basically.
Yeah, probably.
So they deleted that lap time, and so her next best time put her at P6. But then after the session, the stewards determined that the in-session lap time deletion was incorrect, and therefore that lap time was reinstated. And so after it was all said and done, she ended up lining up P5 for the race.
Wow.
On Saturday. For race 1 on Saturday.
I've never seen that before. Like where a lap time, because I mean the F1 qualifying sessions are so different than how these are. They just get to like go on track for X amount of time and they set their laps. So that's interesting.
Other key results: Rafael Lefevre qualified P5. Rookie Lisa Billard took P6. Natalia Granada came in P7. Nina Gademan qualified P8, which did give her the pole position for race 1, which is the reverse grid. Ava Dobson and Ella Lloyd rounded out the top 10.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked at Ella Lloyd. Ella Lloyd was the McLaren driver that, remember, she last year.
She was like on fire last year.
So I was a little surprised by that.
Come on, Ella.
Come on, girl.
Which there are more Ellas this year.
Holy God. McLaren, they collected them all.
Every single Ella.
Every Ella there was, they were like, you're mine. Gotcha.
They need to do like a TikTok or a reel where, you know,
Ella, hire us. Hire us.
I'm sure we're not the first one to make that observation.
No.
But I like to think that we are. Because we're so funny. Okay. Our key takeaways from qualifying. We had Alicia Palmowski finally grabbing her first F1 Academy pole position after coming close several times last season.
Literally.
We had Alba Larsen securing her first front row start.
Yeah, she showed a lot of like random spurts last year because we call her Mini K-Mag because her I want to call him a tutor, but what's it called? Her mentor. Her tutor. Her mentor is Kevin Magnussen. So, and she's just seems supernaturally gifted. So it was nice to see her up there.
Yeah. And then we had Emma Felbermayr making it, rounding out like the top 3. So we had 3 second-year drivers, what you're calling our veterans.
Our veterans.
They're only in the second year, but they're veterans.
Exactly.
So we had 3 veteran drivers rounding out the top 3. And then we had Nina Gademan's P8 put her on reverse pole for race 1, which I already mentioned.
You did.
But
we're rounding it out.
Yeah, that's all the key takeaways.
So, hallelujah. Now that we have finally beaten qualifying to death, we're going to talk about race 1, which, as a reminder, is the reverse grid race. So our podium, we have Nina Gademan, Natalia Granada. Sorry, it's a rookie.
Listen, you gotta give us a minute to get the names right for the rooks.
Yes. And Emma Felbermayr.
Yay.
Super excited for her. So some key moments. We had Nina Gademan converted reverse grid pole into the lead off the start and controlled the race from the front. So homegirl said, see ya. She ain't even playing. She said, this is mine. See you later. Granada stayed with her early on and she kept the pressure while Rafaela Ferreira held P3 for much of the race. So basically, even though we have Emma Felbermayr, who finished P3, Rafaela Ferreira for a long time she was trying. She was trying. Lisa Billard dropped from P3 to P8 off the line. Womp womp.
Ooh, that's a bad start.
Yeah, not a good start. There was contact between Matilda Potts and Shiwei, which forced Matilda into the pits for a new front wing. So and what sucks is these races, they're so short. I mean, by the time you do that, I mean, you're just, at this point, just get some track time when you get back on there. Now, disappointment. We'll talk about Alba Larsen a lot this episode. I was very disappointed with Alba Larsen this weekend. Alba Larsen damaged her front wing after contact with Emma Felbermayr at turn 3, which later brought out a safety car, which also meant that she had to go in, pit, get a new front wing, and she finished like dead last. Girl. We can't be doing that. We cannot be doing that. So the safety car wiped out Gademan's advantage, but she nailed the restart and stayed in control once again. And Emma Felbermayr came alive later in the race, passing Peyton Westcott and then pulling off a final lap move on Rafaela Ferreira to steal P3. I love when it goes down to the line. So lots of fun.
Yeah.
There were really I don't recall any penalties. We have most positions gained. We have Emma Felbermayr, who went from P6 to P3. So she gained 3 positions. Alicia Palmowski went from P8 to P5, so 3 positions for her too. And then Ella Lloyd went from P10 to P7, so all gained 3 positions. Good for them. Now, here we go. Most positions lost. Alba Larsen went from P7 to P18, 11 places. Girl.
What are we doing?
I get it's exciting, but sometimes we don't have to be so overambitious and then ruin our race. Then we have Lisa Billard, who went from P3 to P8, and she lost 5 places. She is a rookie, so that's why I'm side-eyeing Alba Larsen just a little bit, because she is a veteran driver for F1 Academy. So come on, girl. So other key results, we have Rafaela Ferreira. She finished P4, which is her best result so far. Alicia Palmowski finished P5 after starting P8. Peyton Westcott took P6, so, finishing in the points. Ella Lloyd climbed from P10 to P7, and she also took fastest lap, which means she does get a point for that. Lisa Billard scored the final point in P8, and Alba Larsen fell to P14 after front wing damage and a trip through the gravel. So, yeah. But then she ended up finishing, like we said, P18 because she had to go and pit.
Mm-hmm.
So, just saying. Girl. So, the championship impact from race 1, Nina Gademan opens it up where she was the top for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But like we said, race 2 is not a lot of points.
Yeah.
So
Race 1 is not a lot of points.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Race 1 is not a lot of points. So, but listen, she was technically ahead of the championship for like a day.
Yeah.
So,
She was leading it. She came out the
Exactly.
gate strong.
yeah. So Granada scored a maiden podium on her first single-seater race. So it's exciting for her. She's a
Yeah.
rookie and it gets on a podium. And it's her like first real single-seater race. Like, girl.
Okay.
That's awesome. And then Emma Felbermayr secured Audi's first podium at a Grand Prix weekend.
Yeah.
We love Audi. We've said that because we love Jonathan Wheatley.
Mm-hmm.
So the main takeaway from race 1 was Nina Gademan killed it, and from like the lights going out and crossing the finish line, the real drama was all behind her. She just got to kind of sail into the sunset.
Yeah, I've decided that Nina Gademan is my girl for this season. I'm like, she's my driver. I'm backing her. I want her to win it. And it's mainly because I've been influenced by Instagram, and I got suggested a reel of hers where she did like a transition, and it revealed her like race helmet and race suit.
Yeah.
And it was super cute. And I was like, oh, it's a pink. And then I was like, you're my girl. I've decided. Then she went out and won the first race that they did. So, yeah.
Yeah, how about that?
How about that?
How about that?
Nina Gademan, don't let me down, girl.
She said, heard that. All right, now we have race 2, which is the main race. This is for full points. Our podium was Emma Felbermayr, Alicia Palmowski, and Peyton Westcott.
Hey, yo.
Listen, I was so excited. Peyton Westcott is the American rookie.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I was like, let's go.
America.
And she's backed by Mercedes. So she took over Dorian Pond's spot.
Okay.
So she got some shoes to fill.
Mm-hmm.
She got some big shoes, little shoes to fill.
Some big little shoes.
Big little shoes.
Because Dorian Pond is tiny.
She's very tiny. And for those who aren't aware, she is she won F1 Academy last year. Yeah. Okay. So this race, first of all, okay. Alba Larsen got the better launch and immediately took the lead from Alicia Palmowski. I was hooping and I was hollering because, baby, let's go Ferrari. Let's go Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
Emma Felbermayr also cleared Palmowski and moved into P2. So Alicia just didn't have that great of a start. And she got overtaken by both of them. And for much of the race, I mean, Alba led it. And I was very disappointed because that's not how it ended up for her. But we'll get into it. Granada's race was compromised on lap 1 after contact with Rafaela Ferreira forced her into the pits for a new front wing. And I'm like, y'all gotta quit messing with these front wings.
Stop clipping each other, man.
Yeah, come on. Which, you know what? Still less incidents than last year at China, where, I mean, every minute there was a yellow flag, safety car, something, and the Shanghai circuit last year. So still better, but holy Lord. Alba Larsen built a very good gap, but the lap 6 safety car ended up wiping it out. And here we go. Okay, so let's put it into perspective. Alba Larsen's killing it. She's pulling away. But then I will say she wasn't the quickest, though. Like, she got a really good start, but Emma Felbermayr and Alicia were both faster than her. Alicia was basically crossing her fingers like, okay, Emma's going to have to go fight with Alba, and then they could fight, and I'll just pass them. And they were whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then the restart happens. Alba just, she made a mistake, runs into the gravel, and just loses the entire lead. Literally loses the entire lead. And I yelled at my TV because I was like, why? We got to...
I can just in my head imagine you. No!
I was like, what are you... Because I was so stoked because I was like really excited for her to see that she seemed to have like... Alba showed a lot of promise last season. I just would say consistency was the issue. And she seemed to be very consistent in the main race, and then she wasn't. And I was like, we gotta do something about these restarts. We gotta figure this out. Girl. But, you know, It is an academy.
Mm-hmm. They are young.
And
We're still learning.
And she's super young. She's very, very young. So Emma Felbermayr took over at the front after Alba ran into the gravel, and she did hold off Palmowski, with Westcott finishing for P3. Late contact between Shiwei and Rachel Robertson added more drama near the end. So poor Shiwei. Poor Shiwei just got hit twice in both races. Bless her heart. And also, I mean, we'll talk about her because we do highlight the wild card. She was the wild card driver last year as well.
Yeah.
For China. So incident, safety cars, penalties for race 2. Granada pitted on lap 1 after contact with Rafaela Ferreira and damaged her front wing. The safety car came out after Jacquet hit the back of Kosterman, that was bad. Oh, that was really bad. Okay, so Esme Kosterman is in the Lego car. It's so awesome. And then Jacquet just locked up and just rammed right into the back of her. It was not great. It was really bad.
Was it better or worse than that time Lance Stroll rammed into the back of Daniel Ricciardo?
Nothing will ever be worse than that.
I'm on a scale of
no.
tap in to that.
No, nothing will ever be worse than Lance Stroll hitting Daniel Ricciardo.
Right up
his ass. Nothing will ever be worse than that. I love Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, don't even bring me back to that. Okay. Sorry. So post-race, I'm actually forgetting one more thing. Robertson later collided with Shiwei. Shiwei!
How many times did she get
Leave
hit?
her alone.
This is starting to feel intentional.
This feels
spiteful.
It's on purpose. Leave her alone.
Stop bullying her.
So in the post-race, Robertson received a 5-place grid penalty for her next race after the stewards ruled she misjudged her dusty tires following. You misjudged how dusty your tires were.
Your dusty, crusty,
tires.
Old-ass tires.
Ugh. And then Jacquet also received a 5-place grid penalty for her next race after being found guilty for hitting Esme Kosterman from behind. Because, girl, literally.
Guilty!
Guilty! So other key results from race 2. We have Nina Gademan, your girl, in P4. Ella Lloyd in P5 with fastest lap. Rafaela Ferreira in P6. Lisa Billard in P7. Alba Larsen in P8. So she was able to recover and get in the points. But honestly, disappointed.
Expected
more from her. Megan Bruce and Ava Dobson completed the points. Now, our most positions gained. We have Ella Lloyd from P5 to P10 for 5 places. Megan Bruce from P14 to P9 with 5 places. And Matilda Pats from P16 to P11 for 5 places. So 5, 5, 5. That's cool. So the most positions lost. We have Natalia Granada went from P7 to P14, so 7 places. And then Alba Larsen went from P2, I guess P2 to P8, even though she was P1.
But she started P2.
So what does this mean for the championship? So, like we said, this is the big girl race. So Emma Felbermayr opened the season with a huge win and her second podium of the weekend for Audi. Palmowski had another strong P2 finish, and Peyton Westcott gave Mercedes a podium after showing pace all weekend. Emma Felbermayr on that podium for race 1 and race 2, so y'all better watch out. And some of the takeaway from race 2. Alba Larsen looked set for victory until the restart, but one mistake changed the race. Emma Felbermayr stayed composed, took her chance, and capped off a strong weekend with the win. So Emma Felbermayr, I'd have to say, was not on my radar. I'm going to be 100% honest. So I'm very pleasantly surprised. I had said that my title contenders would be Alicia Palmowski, Alba Larsen, or Ella Lloyd. I was not. I was completely shocked to see Emma Felbermayr, and so I've got my eye on her.
So now we're going to do our wildcard driver highlight. Every time that we do an F1 Academy race review / recap, we like to highlight the wildcard driver. And then we also are going to highlight one of our regular main full-time seat drivers.
Yes.
So our wildcard driver.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Shiwei, also known as Tai Do.
Yeah.
Returning for her second F1 Academy appearance. She was, as you mentioned, she was also the F1 Academy's wildcard entry last year in Shanghai. And she made history last year as the first Chinese driver to compete in F1 Academy.
Good for her.
So she returns to the grid after winning at the F4 Chinese Masters. That victory made her the first Chinese female driver to win an F4 race, marking a major milestone for Chinese motorsport. And actually, that was something that was highlighted a lot or talked about a lot in F1, just their general conversations about F1 and the race weekend.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of questions even asked to the drivers about like the growth of motorsport in China and the popularity of it, and how like there was more attendance at like this race weekend than they've ever had.
It was sold out.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
which is nuts.
Awesome. Alex Jakes kept talking about how big like the pit is. Like it's like one of the biggest pit lanes or something. And I was like, oh, nice.
Yeah. So Shiwei's return also reflects the goal of the wildcard program, which was introduced in 2024 to support regional talent at each race round. Since the program began, it has created more opportunities for young drivers, with several former wildcard entries now holding full-time seats on the 2026 grid. Her return is significant not just because she's racing at home, but because she represents another step forward for women in Chinese motorsport.
Yeah.
And just the growth of motorsport in general.
100%.
She already broke new ground in the series last year and now comes back with even more momentum after her F4 Chinese Masters win.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So her performance in China, in practice, she was P18, which practice don't mean like a ton. Grain of salt kind of thing. She qualified P18. In race 1, she finished P17, and in race 2, she did not finish. So not the strongest showing for her this weekend. I think she represents a lot of great things, but not a strong race weekend.
People kept hitting her.
Yeah, not her fault.
They kept hitting her. Dang.
It did seem a little personal.
Yeah,
They were like,
I'm like, oh my
target
God.
acquired.
I mean, she's even like just trying to be at the back, and they're still like, what are y'all doing? Lord. So now we'll get into our standings update. For the Drivers' Championship, we're going to talk about our top 5. We have Emma Felbermayr with 31 points, Alicia Palmowski with 25 points, Nina Gademan with 22 points, Peyton Westcott with 18 points, and Rafaela Ferreira with 13 points. So it's very exciting. See where that goes. I think Peyton is going to be... I'm always eyeballing the veterans. I said I'm always, but that's who I was eyeballing this year, just because I'm like, okay, there's only 6 of them. They're probably going to be a little more aggressive, a little more hungry. So Peyton kind of came out and surprised me. So I'm really excited to see what she does this season. I'm like, it seems... I don't know. I'm excited.
I'm interested to see who can repeat their success. So, you can have a great showing one time. I want to see who can be consistent from round to round.
Yeah.
I want to see, like, are our veteran drivers, have they actually learned from the past year?
Yes.
And can they implement what they've learned? And are they actually stronger drivers this season? And I want to see what our rookies can do. I want to see...
There's 11 of them.
Yeah, I want to see who kind of... We have a couple jumping out to the front in terms of performance and after the first round. So I want to see who can repeat that.
Yeah.
And kind of who we'll keep our eye on even for next season.
Yeah, me too. So now the team's championship, we have Rodin Motorsport with 44 points, Campos Racing with 40 points, MP Motorsport with 26 points, and Prima Racing with 26 points as well. So they are tied. So the biggest takeaway is that Emma Felbermayr leaves Shanghai leading the drivers' standings after the strongest all-around weekend, but Palmowski and Gademan are already close behind. In the team's battle, Rodin has the early edge over Campos, while MP and Prima are tied just behind them. So it's already pretty tight right now. So we're going to see where we end up.
As I mentioned earlier, we also in addition to highlighting our wildcard driver, we also like to do one of our permanent drivers spotlights. So this time we are going to be talking about Emma Felbermayr, who races for Rodin Motorsport and is backed by Audi.
Yes.
She drives the number 5 car as part of the Audi driver development program. She was one of the stars of the Shanghai weekend, qualifying P3 before taking P3 in race 1 and the win in race 2. It was kind of a strong opening statement and her first 2 podium weekend in F1 Academy.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of consistency just throughout the weekend for her.
Yeah, because even though you qualify P3 in race 1, you're not starting P3. You're starting kind of in the middle, toward the back. So
yeah, so she is 19 years old. She is Austrian and from a 3rd-generation racing family. Both her father and grandfather raced at Le Mans, and she started karting young and is named Sebastian Vettel and Susie Wolff among her racing idols, which honestly, 2 great choices
Great
to have as your racing idols.
Yes.
Love that. Because for those who don't know, Susie Wolf, the director of F1 Academy, also was a driver.
Yeah.
And race cars. And she actually did, I believe, a testing session for F1. Is that right?
She was a testing driver for Williams.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Truly iconic. Love her. So before getting to F1 Academy, Emma Felbermayr built her experience through karting in OKJ, OK, and KZ2 Racing National and International Series. She stepped into single seaters in 2025, combining F1 Academy with Spanish F4 and Euro Cup 4 Winter Championship. So yeah, that's something else to note is that a lot of these drivers in F1 Academy compete in other racing series throughout the year. Because again, F1 Academy is only 8 rounds throughout,
7.
I keep wanting it to be 8.
I do too. I want it to be 8.
I want it to be 8. It's only F1 Academy is only 7 rounds throughout the course of the year. Their first races in, the season's in March, and their last one will be in, I think, November.
Yeah.
In Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of time that they're spent not doing F1 Academy stuff. And so, might as well do another racing series.
Yeah.
So for her F1 Academy career, she her rookie season last year was with Roda Motorsport while representing Kick Sauber. Her breakthrough came in Montreal, where she scored her first F1 Academy win. She ended the season 10th in the standings. In 2026, she returned with Roda Motorsport, now representing Audi. In her Shanghai 2026 performance, she qualified P3. And in race 1, she finished P3. And in race 2, she won. The biggest takeaway is that Emma Felbermayr looks like a driver carrying real momentum into the season. And after showing sort of like flashes of like what she could maybe do last year, this Shanghai weekend feels like a big step forward for her. She has strong qualifying, 2 podiums, and a win to open the season.
So looking ahead, the original round 2 has been canceled. So Saudi Arabia is not happening. If they are going to redo that somewhere else, we will find out. I don't think they're going to be making that up in April because F1's not making up their races and they race along with F1. So we probably won't be finding out closer till the summer if they're going to be redoing something.
If they were going to make it up, they would either pick a different F1 weekend or they would just make it up during a weekend when they were already racing.
Which I'd imagine they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to do it twice. They're not going to have time.
Because that's too much to do.
Yeah. So the next scheduled race weekend for them will be in Montreal, which will be in May.
Holy guacamole. That's 2 months away.
Guacamole. So this will now be round 2 of the season. So right now in F1 Academy, the fastest lap has been set by my girl Chloe Chambers, who has moved on from F1 Academy with the lap time being 1 minute and 38.125 seconds. The biggest challenge for them is it has a lot of long straights, heavy braking, and no room for mistakes. Remember, for those who are not aware, Montreal has the Wall of Champions where a lot of champions have wrecked in this wall. And it is very unforgiving. So, just we'll leave it here. The championship watch. We have Emma Felbermayr, Alicia Palmowski, Nina Gademan, and Peyton Westcott. And we'll see what they're able to do with their free time they were not expecting. Maybe they'll be able to race somewhere else. But yeah, we will see the girls again in May. Mm-hmm. And that finally rounds this out.
Yeah. So we will talk at you again about F1 Academy next time.
Yes, and we will be having some content coming out probably in April-ish because they literally didn't announce all the drivers for F1 Academy till like literally a few days before they were going to China because we had planned on doing a team preview and a driver preview, sort of how we did our Formula One previews, which if you haven't checked those out, you can. They're on a playlist on our channel. And we wanted to do that. And we were like, we literally can't because they're not all out yet. And I wanted to make sure that everything was correct. So we'll be working on that. And we're going to do an episode that's a little more in depth about F1 Academy, not just about what the rules are, but really where like some of these girls have gone, just to give people who are new here, they want to learn more about it, more of like a centralized place. They can just kind of hear all the information in one spot. So we will be working on that. So you will be getting some more F1 Academy content before Montreal. Yeah. But yes, if you watched F1 Academy, what did you guys think? Who are you rooting for? You said Nina Gademan.
Yes.
I mean, I was pulling for Alba Larsen, but now Emma
You're switching
I'm
allegiances.
I'm not switching.
You're jumping ship.
I'm not. I need to see more from her. I think she can do it. We just got to get more consistency, but I'm very impressed with Emma Felbermayr. I mean, she just I don't know. I'm excited to see what she can do if this is going to be, like you said, who's going to be consistent.
Yeah. So really, you just need to hold your pick.
Yeah, I need to hold
until
it.
after the Montreal round.
And then I can jump.
And then you can, and then just, and then you can solidify. After that, I think maybe you'll have more information.
Maybe. I mean,
and know who to pick.
Alicia, Palmowski, she Red Bull.
Mhm.
She got that Red Bull in her. All right. Like, wouldn't be surprised. But if you have not, please like, subscribe, comment, show us some love or hate. Preferably not
don't
hate.
do that.
Preferably
Ignore
not
her.
hate.
Don't do that.
But I love you anyway. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.